Excuse me, Mr. DJ.
Hey, check this out. We got a great show coming your way.
From the ECSI Sports Studios, it's the Midday Market Report with Jeff Dawson.
ECSI fans, do you want to revolutionize your sports investing habits? Allow me to tell you about WagerWire. WagerWire is an app that helps you become a superior bettor by allowing you to sync all of your sports books and track all of your bets in one place. See your current action, your betting history, and stats. You can also sign up for sports books and collect bonus offers. Follow them at WagerWire on X, as they're the best account on the platform. Head to the App Store or Play Store now and search WagerWire to download the app. Hey sports fans, are you ready for an exhilarating gaming experience? Introducing VIPClub.lv, your ultimate online sportsbook and casino. VIPClub.lv offers a vast selection of sports, from football and basketball to tennis and baseball. Bet on your favorite teams and enjoy the thrill of the game. But that's not all. Our state-of-the-art online casino offers a dazzling array of games, including slots, blackjack, roulette, and live dealer tables. Win big with their fantastic promotions, rewards, and exclusive offers. Join VIPClub.lv today and get a generous 100% match welcome bonus to start your winning streak. And make sure to use code ECSI at sign-up. Bet it, win it, and cash it at VIPClub.lv. Visit VIPClub.lv now and play responsibly. VIPClub.lv, your sportsbook and casino extravaganza. Must be 21 or older to play. Please gamble responsibly. Visit gambleware.org for help.
Good afternoon, sports fans from all around the globe. I am the host, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors, and this is your Three Men in a Box NCAA Baseball Weekly Show with our expert live from Texas, the one and only Mr. Matt Grissom. Quentin Mills, our other star of the show, on assignment, as I'd like to say today. So God bless you. Q, congratulations on your promotion and look forward to catching up to you real soon. Shout out to our proud sponsor and partnership, WagerWire. If you have not downloaded that app, please run over to Google Play, wherever you download the app. It's free. Start keeping track of all your wagers, investments, and start winning. And if you're looking for a little flash cash, come on board and send an email to affiliate@wagerwire.com. Tell them JD from ECSI sent you, Zach, Travis, and the rest of that community. Boy, today we had Travis on, had a great show, and of course, did a Twitter space with the great community over there as well. So come on board. It's a great team to be a part of. And also, VIPClub.lv at checkout. Use ECSI at the checkout counter. They too will take great care of you as well. So without further ado, let's bring the star of this show, Mr. Matt Grissom.
Good afternoon, Jeff. Missed you last week. Hope all is well with the fam, but happy to be here and talk college baseball as SEC play kicks off.
Yeah, we're super stoked. And yes, missed last week. I followed along the NCAA Insiders. If you're not following, jump on over there. Great shows throughout the week. And obviously, Matt, Q, Smitty, everyone put up their plays. Another great weekend. To everyone watching right now, and Matt, we got a bazillion people already on. If you have not subscribed, jump on over to YouTube, East Coast Sports Investor. Subscribe. It's free there. Turn on the notifications. Never miss a show. And you want to make sure you're live for this show because Matt's got a ton of winners. So how's it been going in baseball land?
It's been good. I can't complain. We were a big winner last week with Duke. Excuse me while I sit here and adjust my screen so that it's facing the right way for the people. Duke plus 154 last week. That was our best bet. I was able to tweet that out to the folks at VSIN and get them on it. But yeah, overall, no real surprises outside of Wake Forest losing that series, and ultimately Jeff Davis at Circa dropped them to 20-1 to win it after being like a plus 800 short shot. But we saw, I mean, it's evident. I feel like you could repeat the same statements for a lot of these college baseball teams. Is the bullpen play has not been good, and the offenses may look slow in the beginning and then really turn it on. So you get a lot of high scoring comeback wins throughout the season. So it's just something to monitor and keep an eye on. But the odd shift, I mean, at the drop of a hat, and I feel like you've got spots here and there that are worth, dabbling in.
And I think you guys are in week 5. Is that correct right now?
That is correct. Week 5.
I mean, blink and we'll be in Omaha before you know it. So from where we started in open week and to where we are today, I like to say, what are you buying and what are you selling right now?
Well, I think my initial thought on Wake going to 20-1 was let's pump the brakes because this team is still very good. I mean, they were your short shot favorite to win it at the beginning of the season for a reason. But the more I look into this team, and DraftKings still has Wake at plus 800. So if you're in Iowa or Illinois or in Nevada, Colorado, I think Circa is offering it. I think taking Wake at 20-1 is worth a shot. It does worry me with their bullpen, but I feel like they're going to get it turned around. And what better way to do it than a big series win over the 17th ranked Cavaliers this weekend, which I think Josh Hartle comes out. He's their ace. We all know Chase Burns from Tennessee. He's the best second-day pitcher in college baseball. And then Michael Massey is just as good as their third-day starter. I feel like they're going to be able to take advantage of the Cavaliers. And while our projections have Virginia being the favorite here, I just don't think that Wake lets another ACC series get by without getting a win. So I think if Wake comes out, responds well, I don't think those odds of 20-1 are going to be around much longer.
I saw you guys all last week. I saw Johnny V TV. I saw Q. I saw yourself. I saw Smitty talking this Duke team up. Is it pitching? Is it defense? Is it offense? Or is it all the above with this Duke team?
It's everything. I mean, you've got a starter Friday night in Jonathan Santucci. He's got a 2.29 ERA, a 1.76 Sierra. The team is pitching with a 3.30 ERA and a 3.04 Sierra. So, I mean, just top to bottom, this team is as solid as they come. On offense, they're batting over 1,000 OPS as a team. They've got a 147 WRC plus, which is 47% higher than your average college baseball team of 100. So, overall, Duke they look like the real deal. And as long as they can hold up injury-wise, Santucci, we lost him during the season last year. But he has responded well to coming off an injury. And I mean, he's one of the best Friday closers or Friday starters in the country.
How about some faders, some teams that you thought? I mean, I know you just talked up Wake. They were 8-1. You can get them at 20-1, which is I don't want to say a free bingo square, but in my eyes, geez, if you can get Wake Forest 20-1, it's at least worth the dart throw there. Anyone you were high on to start the year that has kind of pumped the brakes for sure?
I mean, UC Santa Barbara and Northeastern, those were two mid-majors that we really liked. But I think Coastal Carolina and Dallas Baptist have really set themselves apart as the only mid-majors that can really compete. East Carolina, they lack on offense. They've got a really good 2 rotation Friday, Saturday, and Trey Savage and Zach Root. But I think at the end of the day, if you can't swing the bat with the big boys, you're going to be put out because 2 starting pitchers only take you so far. And we've already seen East Carolina blow late game leads with their bullpen. So I'm down on those teams. Outside of that, I do think you could take a flyer on like a Georgia. They're 80-1 right now. And they're one of the best batting teams in the country. They've got a 162 WRC plus, which is good for number 1 in the country. Their pitching staff has been really good behind Charlie Goldstein and a slew of arms they've got there. I'm looking them up right now. They've got a 3.48 Sierra. They've got a team ERA of 3.93. these are some teams that if they can make enough noise in SEC play to get into that field of 16 where you're a regional host, anything can happen, especially with an offense that can turn it on behind Charlie Condon, who's just an absolute stud, and he's a sophomore. So we may have another year of Charlie Condon.
Well, I can't let you go without let's give us the number one team in the land, your Razorbacks. Let's get the update. How they've been.
It's been decent. I feel like getting Peyton Stovall back was a big plus. Vahiva Aloy looks like he's finding the stroke of the bat a little bit better than he was at the beginning of the season. Kendall Diggs, he's been good. Just we haven't really had that offensive performance where they just start blowing out people. And I feel like we have a really good opportunity here hosting Missouri, who's, predicted to finish at the bottom of the SEC for a reason. They just don't have quality arms, and I feel like we could really take advantage of a mismatch in pitching versus our bats to really wake them up.
Q's not here today, as I stated the start of the show, so I'm going to ask you tongue-in-cheek. It's okay if you say no. Do you have a UConn update this week?
They're playing Cal Baptist. I had a feeling you may ask. They're sitting at 5-9. They did get a couple midweek games over UCLA, UC Irvine, which is impressive because UC Irvine was one of the last remaining undefeated teams. Now it's Texas A&M and Florida State. But you get swept by UC Santa Barbara. You lose 2 out of 3 to Auburn, and you get swept by Cal. I mean, your UConn Huskies, they're probably not making a postseason run. I hate to say it, but at least you've got basketball.
Who is the beast of the East in baseball this year?
That's a good question. I have no idea. Let's see. Who's leading it right now? They switched it up so much. Creighton is 12-2. St. John's is 10-4 and on a 7-game win streak. I'm not sure who that was over, but those are your top 2 teams in the Big East right now. Creighton, really good. I watched a couple of their games because I was betting on them, but they were down at one point, and then they ended up having like a 15-run 7th, 8th, and 9th. So that was good to see. But they're still mid-majors, so you can't really put a whole lot of stock in a team that is beating down Illinois, Chicago, or UTSA, Houston Christian, Coppin State, stuff like that.
If I asked you, we know SEC, we know about them, ACC as well, Wake Forest, Virginia. Is there another conference that can compete long-term this year with the SEC / a couple of the handful of teams in the ACC as well?
Yeah, I think you've got to look at a team like Oregon State. They look like they've found a groove on the mound, and their offense is elite. So I feel like Pac-12 is going to be ran by Oregon State, and same with TCU in the Big 12. I feel like TCU they've gotten that loss out of the way. They dropped a series last weekend to Kansas. I'd given that out Friday, plus 250. Kansas Jayhawks pulled the upset, but TCU had to regress. They're still a very talented team. They're a very young team. And I feel like if they can work their magic like they did last year, they're going to go through a hot, cold, hot streak and end up causing a lot of problems for people in the regionals.
Well, I have your picture right here. I'm not going to bring it up because I don't want to, let's say, ruin the stream right now. And so I'm just going to call out your slate that you put up there on the NCAA Insiders. Wake Forest at Virginia, Clemson at Duke, Texas A&M at Florida, Tennessee at Alabama, Auburn at Vanderbilt, North Carolina at Miami, Missouri at Arkansas, NC State at Georgia Tech, Long Beach State at UCSB. The infield is yours, my friend. Take it away.
Man, we've got an absolute loaded slate. I hope you have a few hours for me to go through them all. But Wake Forest, Virginia, like I said earlier, I feel like Josh Hartle bounces back. They're going to win this series. I feel like if they don't, you can just write that ship off. They're going to be done. And I hate to say that, be overreactionary over 2 series in the ACC, but you lose to Duke, who's now your favorite to win the ACC. Virginia, I think, is 3rd. You got to you got to prove that you can win these series. So I feel like that's one that I've got circled. I think Wake is minus 125, minus 130 right now. I like them tonight. Virginia, the last time I looked, Virginia hadn't even announced a starting pitcher yet, which is extremely frustrating because I feel like everybody else in the country has. Outside of that, let's see. I just added one play, Washington State. They're kind of underrated, and I feel like UCLA is always overrated for what they've done in the past. So I like Washington State. You can get them, I think, plus 115 right now. I would make them a favorite. But jumping back into the preview cards, you've got Clemson taking on Duke. Duke dropped a midweek to Ryder, which you kind of figured there was going to be a little bit of a letdown after the big series win at Wake Forest last week. But I think Duke responds well tonight. That price opened at minus 150. It's jumped out to like minus 210 right now. I feel like the book completely mispriced that one. So the Blue Devils now I feel like is a parlay play. You've got to find some other team to piece them with. And I feel like a good option for that would be like you could get Arkansas, Duke, maybe even UCSB. But going to UCSB, let's talk about this pitching matchup because you've got Matt Ager going for the Gauchos and then Long Beach State. Miles Patton, this kid has a 2.82 ERA, a 1.30 Sierra. He's been pitching lights out. Him and Caden Favors with Wichita State played in a game last Friday night. The total was set at 7.5, which seems low if you've ever bet totals in college baseball. It's extremely low. It still went under. The problem with Long Beach State is they cannot hit. They're hitting as a team 38% less than your average team in WRC+. I feel like UC Santa Barbara will win this game, but it could very easily be a 2-1, 3-2 type game. And it's that total is symbiotic to last week where it's at 7.5.
For today, let me go back to Wake Forest UVA. You got them tonight. Do you also have a series price on them? You expect them to win the series, right, or not?
Unfortunately, we don't have series prices in college baseball, but if I could bet it, I would. I feel like Hartle has just got to respond well, and I feel like right now is the time to do it against Virginia. Virginia is very good. Their pitching staff and their bullpen is not good. Virginia gave up 2 blown leads to Miami last week when they played them in a series. I think at one point they had a 99.85% win probability in the 7th inning, up 12-3, and they lost. So like I always say, it's never over with a metal bat, and these bullpens are absolute trash. Virginia, their bullpen is awful.
So those are the 3 you gave out. Anything else on your card for today or tomorrow, or anything to help people out that want to get away from, let's say, the NCAA madness for the weekend?
Yeah, I think there's a couple mispriced odds still out there. I think Georgia Tech should be heavily favored over NC State. NC State looks good. They're 3-0 in ACC play. They're 12-3 overall. 133 WRC plus. Sierra's 414. You've got a 333 Sierra for Georgia Tech, 146 WRC plus. So Georgia Tech at home with a better Sierra, a better WRC plus, higher pretty much everything. OPS, 31 home runs behind Drew Burris, the stud freshman. Yet NC State opened as the favorite. I'm not sure what the odds are right now, but I think the Yellow Jackets should be favored in this one and probably are by now. Actually, no, they're still minus 105 on DraftKings. So take that one if you can. And there was one more, I feel like. Hang on. Tennessee, Alabama. I don't think that one has moved much either. I've got Tennessee with a 57% win probability in this one. It's a split now, minus 115 both ways, but they opened at even money. I feel like Alabama is really good. I really like their ace and Ben Hess. He's got a 1.22 Sierra, but AJ Causey for Tennessee's 1.27. They're pretty evenly matched up. So when you look at offense, Tennessee's got the advantage. Behind Billy Amick, the transfer from Clemson, Blake Burke, who's been there. I mean, these guys are absolutely raking. And I feel like the Vols with a short price, even at 115, If you can get it at even money, even better. But I think the Vols win this series, and I think it starts tonight.
Well, we got ourselves a little. For me, I'm a big baseball guy. So, again, I will, after the show, add these to my arsenal. I know it's that time of year. Everyone's getting ready for March Madness. Brackets will be out Sunday night. But this is great here. It's week 5. We got a long, long way to go to Omaha. And as always, we can't thank you enough. The crawler's been going the whole time, Matt. Everyone watching and listening, a lot of people here. Go follow Matt at Grissom on X, and of course on the NCAA Insiders. Go follow his partner in crime, Quentin Mills at Q Millie, and of course Smitty as well. As we close here, Matt, I know you had a show last night. I know you do stuff over the weekend, spot guests at VSiN, but tell everyone where they can find all your good work. Go download the preview to start the year, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and benefit to everyone else, Arkansas has eliminated themselves from playoff contention. So 100% of my focus is now on baseball, which it should be anyways. This is my bread and butter. Follow us along at NCAA Insiders. You can go to NCAAinsiders.com and check out our latest show. We try to get through it pretty quickly. We cover a lot of matchups with a lot of advanced analytics, and we're working on our website, but you can go to our link tree. We've tracked all of our bets. You can look. Quentin is absolutely on fire. He's killing it. Smitty's coming along, and I'm just kind of riding the waves of it until I up my unit size. But I did this week in SEC play. This is where I feel like I'm most confident in my plays. So tag along, and hopefully we can win you guys some money.
As always, thank everyone here. If you're not following along, please go follow Matt at Grissom on X and at NCAA Insiders. Myself at EC Sports Invest. Your community is just growing. Jump on over to YouTube at East Coast Sports Investors. Subscribe. It's free. Turn on your notifications. Never miss a show with myself, Matt, and Q as we take the baseball season all the way through the regular season and, of course, the playoffs and, of course, the trip to Omaha. So for myself, Jeff Dawson at EC Sports Invest, the one and only Matt Grissom at Grissom on X at NCAA Insiders. We wish everyone a great weekend. Have some fun. Enjoy the baseball, and we will see you soon.
Thanks for having me on.